Rhonda, I love your background.
Look, I had to make sure that I had my whole little family, my Crood family with me for this interview.
Yes.
How are you doing today, Joel?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I am doing great. I watched The Croods: A New Age, and I absolutely loved it. And
Awesome.
one of the first questions I wanted to ask you, because I find it so fascinating that you started out as a storyboard artist. I'm someone who works really closely with a director and kind of really is one of the first people to plan out frame by frame what this film is going to look like. So I really wanted to know how that role prepared you to direct your first feature.
Yeah, in animation, the role of storyboard artist is such a kind of a jack of all trades, where you're looking at the script, you're looking at the camera angles, looking at what the characters are their agendas are, and so each little scene is kind of like a mini movie when you're storyboarding. And as you learn, you kind of expand to then put your arms around a full movie. And so really that's been the growth here. I've been at DreamWorks for a very long time and worked with fantastic directors. And it was awesome to pick up Croods 2, where the first one left off. I'm such a fan of the first Croods. I didn't work on it, but I love Chris Sanders and Kirk DeVico. And so it's just been a pure joy to like pick up where on the second one.
So is it more pressure for you to, pick up a sequel? Like, how do you match the same energy and take the story even further than the first film everyone fell in love with?
Yeah, pressure. You know what? When I started it though, it was awesome. Chris Sanders was awesome at coming in, giving me notes on the script, giving me insights into things they had tried or who the characters are, and that was just a fantastic kind of handoff, so that I knew I was being true to these characters I love, but also then me just putting my stamp and my tone on this other one and going, I just want I want to expand this world, expand the journey with these characters.
Well, you definitely expanded the world, because I wasn't expecting, because so much time has elapsed since the first one we saw. It really felt like we just picked up right where from the family left off. But really, there is so much that was so relatable to families, and also too with the introduction of technology and how that separates the younger generation from the older generation. And I really wanted you to speak more on how you were able to include that into the film while still keeping it to the times that the family is in.
Yeah, that's the magic with the Croods. They're in this fantastical world. They're not in our time, but we all see ourselves in them. And I think that's what the Croods is about. These families going through change, and our families, the dynamics that happen. And so it felt like the natural step is to go, we need some form of modern technology that a kid could be staring in all day, and that really gets to the parents. And that for cave people was a window, a simple window.
I was so here for the window. It just wait a minute. He called this a window. This is what he's doing. That was the best joke for me. I really did enjoy it.
I love that.
But also too, if the first film was really about being open to change, I like that this film is about building your pack and really making that pack bigger. I think a lot of times when you hear people talk about life or work, like, I keep a close circle, I keep a close-knit circle. And that's not necessarily the case. And we really learned that in this film. And I really wanted to ask you, Joel, like, how do you keep your circle big so you're always developing and growing? And you can talk either personally or professionally.
That is a good question. For me, like, you never want to get to the point where you go, I've figured it out, I know what I'm doing. And that's in home life, that's at work, where it's we can always learn, and everything that almost challenges our point of view is a good thing. It's good to get ourselves out of the bubble, like you're saying. And that's what really we wanted to make Croods about, which is it's this pack, and I have a picture behind me of the family in this warm little sleep pile. But over the course of meeting another family, they redefine their group, and they open it up to a bigger group. And I think it's just a wonderful thing that human beings are pack animals. We want to be with each other. And it's a good reminder to keep expanding our pack.
No, that was well said. Well, Joe, I really want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me, and I can't wait for everyone to experience the Croods too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharonda. I appreciate it.